Man, I have so many artists that I look up to that I just feel like I say to myself, when I grow up, I want to be just like that one. And right now I'm looking at a artist on Bluesky. Their name is Dencho. And the thing I like about them is the way that they draw their backgrounds. A couple years ago, I used to play a game. I used to play a gotcha game called Arknights, and the first thing that popped out to me when I saw this artist's work is uh, one of the pieces that they put out looked like it could have been in that universe, or at least it kind of felt that way. It had a so Arknights. The story is that and you're a you're a nation that a small nation on a mobile city, and you're going around treating people for a disease known as erypathy. And what erypathy does is it causes these crystal-like growths to appear on the skin of the infected. And the problem with that disease as well is that there's a series of uh, very destructive storms that they just call catastrophes that are going around the world, and people with erypathy eventually cause those catastrophes to happen because of their disease. And you play as a group of you can call them mercenaries, but yeah, you play as a group of mercenaries that goes around to treat the infected, and they also act as a safe haven for them. And what I'm saying is that there's a lot of medicine themes that are in the game Arknights, and in the picture that made me want to follow them, the artwork looked like a laboratory slash uh, research center doctor sort of a thing, medical, you know, and it reminded me a lot of Arknights. But now what I'm wanting to do is I want to figure out how to paint backgrounds to look like they're from games like that. And I'm hoping that I can find a tutorial on how to do that. I'm not going to do that today. So today we're working on the Forester. Today is let's see, we're working on the Forester episode 15. We're on page 4. Looking at what we've done so far and what we have left to do. We have one more page to draw after this current one. And the next page after this one, so this page is going to be quick because it only has one panel of artwork. The next page is going to take a little bit longer, not too long, because it's going to more or less be the same page of artwork. Just focusing in on it to see just to think about what is going to have to be drawn. Yeah, so we got a close up of Arden, and the next page, an extreme close up of Kira, and then a medium shot of Arden at the very bottom. I will reuse the artwork of the unconscious father on that big panel on page 5. So the next page looks like it's going to be pretty quick. One thing I'm going to try out today is there's a series of brushes that my mentor recommended that offers uh, a good amount of textures. I pull out my notebook and remember who the creator of these brushes is. Do get get paper turning ASMR. Lin Chen is the name of the artist. I don't know much about the background of that person, but let me see. My mentor said that the brushes are available for like a name your own price sort of a deal. Lin Chen, oh, Lynn, not Lin. Lin Chen, brush set 2018. They're really textured. I wonder. I'm going to their Gumroad and seeing if there's other any other pieces for me to pick up. Lightbox 2020 demo, lighting for stylized characters. Oh, that's interesting. That's another thing that I want to get better at. When you're an artist, there's just a million different topics that you want to get better at, and feel like you have not enough time to do it. In fact, today, what I have planned after my stream is done is I'm going to be doing some uh, art studies and do some classwork. I subscribe to to an art teacher on YouTube called Artwad, and I pay for their courses as well because I think that they are so well put together and they are structured in a way that um, allows people like me to work on studying studying easier because it kind of gamifies the process of learning how to draw. The biggest thing I feel that I need to work on for artwork is my fundamentals, and Artwad is really good at teaching those and giving you digestible lessons that you're able to immediately act upon. Because whenever a lesson is presented to you, the the course has you immediately practice it. And even after the short period of time that I've been working on it, I feel like I've improved because it's helped me to intuitively understand perspective even further and forms and shapes and manipulating those to better help my artwork and representing my characters. All right, let's download this brush pack real fast. I want to try them out. It is for the brushes. It is a name your own price. So I'm not able to afford much right now, so I'm just gonna swipe it for free. Hopefully, I can come back and tip this artist so it's not me just taking it. Brush set 2018, Lin Chen. My email address. Oh, I forgot to turn on the music, I think. There we go. Sorry, guys. You're just hearing me yap without a soundtrack. And let me also make it so I can hear it. There we go. That one. I want my email. There we go. Hey, I've been trying to work with Stream Elements on the. There was like an issue with Stream Elements that I was having. I wanted to use their goal bar widgets, and whenever I would, oh, sorry, I might actually have to put the pop filter in front to I just heard the puff of air from my lips go onto the microphone. So with Stream Elements, I've been talking with their support team because I wanted to use their goal bars widget, and I wanted to customize it so I can make it Final Fantasy themed because I want it to fit with the overlay that I've created here. And the issue that happens with me is I would go into the editor. I would edit I would put changes in there that I wanted, and I would save it, and then I would go to the simulate page, and nothing would appear. And then I would go back to the designer page, the designer view in the editor, and everything and all of my work would be gone. It would there would be no options. It would all just disappear. And so I just brought it up to them, and it looks like they're not going to be able to. They don't have an immediate fix for me because I tried this out on 3 different browsers. I tried it on Firefox, Opera, and Edge. Because Firefox and Opera they apparently don't work on the same framework as most other browsers do. A lot of other browsers work on the Chromium base, and that's why Edge was involved in this. So I tested it out in 3 different browsers, and I got the same results. And so I told them about that, and they said that this is what the final support email says. It's just, thanks for letting us know about this issue. Our dev team is on it. Since it's a bit complex, we don't have an exact timeline yet. We really appreciate your patience while we work on it. I'll close the ticket for now, but create a follow-up once we get an update from our team. I appreciate them. They've been really prompt in their responses with their support team, and so I appreciate that. I will likely be using Stream Elements in the future for my own streams. Because right now I just kind of have a mashup of many different things put together. I'm using Streamlabs. I'm using, what else am I using? Hello, Chef Yuri. Nice to see you. Talking about how Stream Elements, I've been working with their support team on trying to get a goal bar set up for my overlay, and they're having some issues with that. But they've been really responsive, and I've been really appreciative of that. So anyway, right now my streams have a mishmash of a lot of different resources because I use Streamlabs. There's another resource called Sound Alerts. What else do I use? Just a whole bunch of different plugins, and I want to try and put everything together into one spot, so that way I don't have to spend a lot of extra time editing those things. But going back to what I was doing before, I had downloaded some new brushes from an artist called Lin Chen. My art mentor recommended those brushes to me. I'm just getting those downloaded right now so I can install them into Clip Studio and try them out. He recommended them to me because they offer a good amount of texture that I can use in my backgrounds. And the primary thing that I want to focus on in my backgrounds is well, textures, because the backgrounds right now, I like how they are, but they can be a little flat. Let me load up one of the recent pages I did. Let's see, page 2, yeah. So I feel like I've done a pretty decent job at texturing things, but there could be some better detail put into places. Because all I've been doing is just using an airbrush that does. Let's see, the airbrush is just running color spray. To me, that was fine, but there's better, more nuanced textures I feel like I could put on my backgrounds. Let's go back to put this up for people to look at while I get the brushes. Put them in my documents folders. Portfolios, actually. Art and such. Brushes. All right. So Chef Yuri, tell me what kind of artwork do you like to what kind of artwork do you like to look at? What kind of artists or do you follow? Well, for me personally, I Sky like Skynix IG. Okay, I'll take a look at them. I follow mostly artists on Bluesky. The ones that I appreciate the most. There's a furry artist by the name of Wintum. They did some artwork for a scientist that I enjoy following. Her name is Chise on Bluesky. Oh, hi Coco on Twitch. How's it going? You never guess who I run into on BFV. What'd you run in? Who did you run into, Coco? Skynix Art. I'll look that up on Instagram. Did I draw a comic? Because when I typed in Skynix into Google, it gave me the suggestion Skynix comic or Skynix YouTube. Oh yeah, okay, I know who they are. I just had to see their avatar first before I before I recognized who that was. Yeah, Skynix. I follow them on YouTube, and I like a lot of their tutorials. I enjoy the one that I enjoyed the most was the I think it was like 100 artists give tips for digital artwork. Anyway, let me install these brushes real fast. I want to try them out. I'm gonna open up a blank canvas for a moment. Yeah, it was very good. I tend to uh I followed a few of those tips and they've really helped out actually. Let's see, portfolio and brushes. All right, the brushes are installing right now. So, Chef, do you draw yourself? Do you have a place that you post your artwork? And back to Coco, my hero, my savior, Saggy B Sag. Oh, that's kind of funny. You ran into them again, Coco. Yeah, that sounds like it was a good time. You can always tell the story about how you were saved by Saggy Ballsack on in Battlefield. Let's see what these brushes do. Let's see, BS basic. I don't know. I don't know if you. Yeah, you can kind of see that stamp. Not too much, but I do Ibis Paint art, and I post them at the web. Okay, cool. Where do you like to post? Do you like? So it sounds like you're on Instagram most of the time. Wow, that's a. Oh, it's a pencil brush. Okay. 6 copy. I think this is also another pencil brush. Let's do, instead of 30 pixels, let's go down to 15 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Drawing brush. Sadly, his controller has stick drift stage 3, and he was quitting Battlefield 5 and is starting college or something to all miss him. Well, give him a salute as he leaves. Alrighty. See, drawing brush, smooth sketch. 15. This is a. Oh, that's a really. It's like a blender. It's not really. It's not really drawing. Ink. I think it might be a smudge tool. No, it's not doing anything. Okay. Ink. What does this one look like? Whoa. I have to really make the brush huge in order to see this thing. If you know the Ibis Paint website, that's where I post my art. Okay. At least you're posting it online. That's the biggest that's the biggest tip that I recommend to anybody is when they draw, even if they don't feel like it's the best thing, to post it online. Because that kind of helps you to get over like any sort of anxieties with drawing, and it helps to build your own confidence. One reason I started streaming is to help me build up my own confidence. Ooh, I kind of like this brush. Does getting carpet pump count as a salute? We were on machine gun on a hill, defending push, and like 3 planes bombed us. Yeah. Did they explode? Did did Saggy B Sack explode? Oh man, I like this brush. Inking. Wonder if I can easily get that over into the. Let's see. Duplicate subtool, and where do I want to put it? No, it's not going to allow me to do that. It's okay. Okay. Anyway, I survived because medic got to me, but we couldn't get him because he fell downhill towards enemy snipers. What a champ! Exploding the carpet bombing and drawing the fire of the snipers. What a real team player. You know I should stream too, but I still can't get my globe phone number. Do you need a phone number in order to stream? I don't think so. I don't think that you really need that. Let's see. Ibis Paint. Isn't that is that a drawing program on a tablet or phone? That might be why you need the phone number. IDK, I survived the bombing. Ran through the carpet bombing like a true action hero, you know, not even looking at the explosions. Yeah, I like this ink. I like this inking brush. So let's go back to this thing. What's this one? This looks like it's a pencil. Yeah, it's just a pencil brush. Dry brush 50. What does this one look like? So we can get a gradient going. So we go lighter, put more pressure on the pen, darker. Okay. Sampled brush. Oh, okay. This is actually pretty neat. To experiment with these. It's an Android app, and yes, you do need a phone number to stream live for YouTube at least. Okay. To be honest, I set everything up on YouTube, and I just sort of forgot about it. Didn't really didn't really think about it or remember what happened in the beginning. So part of that sort of memory problem is due to the ADHD I've got, and the thing with ADHD, with me at least, I have the one that's on the inattentive side, and so what that means is my focus is on like one thing, and anything that I'm not super focused on, my mind just decides it wants to forget about. So, like for example, let's say I make a decision about something, like I decide to get a certain car, or I decide to schedule something in a certain way. Well, my mind will make the decision, and then after I've made the decision, it decides that it doesn't want to remember the reasons why I decided that, and because it's like, well, we've made the decision, so we don't need to remember the process getting there. And what that ends up doing is it makes it difficult for me to explain why I decided to do something. It's crazy. Oh, I got ADHD too. That's why I went to this live chat in the first place, but I have both. So you have both the Yuri, you have both the inattentive and the hyperactive type of ADHD. I think with me, on the like the hyperactive side, if it sort of manifests when it can manifest when I'm talking to people, or like what will go on is like a question will be asked to somebody else. If I know the information that they're asking for, even though they're asking the other person, I'll just suddenly blurt it out, and that's caused a bit of friction. Yeah, the combined thing. Okay. Let's see. Spruhen. 20 pixels. This could be used for an interesting like leaf pattern on the ground. Or you can even paint. You can sort of paint trees with that, actually. So I'm just doing like a. I like this. This is nice. You can get like a bush texture going. Heh. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good brush. Another pencil brush. Yeah, just a basic pencil. I already have a good pencil brush that I like. Let's see. We'll start deleting subtools. Pencil hard round 3 points. So this could be a. It's actually a decent line. That's actually a decent sketch texture. 6 copy was that one. Drawing brush. I didn't like smooth sketch. Probably it might have been because might be a blending brush. Where's my fucking charger? Well, Coco, I'm sorry I can't help you with that one. I don't know why you asked me. Gosh, is this a blending brush or is it a? Well, anyway, we're not keeping smooth sketch. Ink I already put in my. Yeah, I already put that in my main brush folder. This one was. I don't know. When I paint with it, does it do anything? No, it's just a. I think this is just a line brush. Dry brush 51. I didn't really like that one. Sampled brush. That one's situational. I liked this one. And then this pencil brush. I don't like that one. Hard round 9. Hmm. This one looks like it could use a little bit of not color jitter or shape. Was it? Or tip. Spraying effect. Stroke. Gap is. Let's do narrow gap. Around 9.4. This one's like just a hard brush. Well, completely. It doesn't have any softness at the edges like this one does. Soft round 9. I like how this one tapers. All right, gotta go now. Well, see you later, chef. You have a good day. Anyway, Coco, at least you found your charger. You're watching on your phone, sounds like. Gosh, I don't like how these are spacing themselves apart. Narrow spacing for them. There we go. Ooh, this one might actually be good for. Hard elliptical 45. This one based off of my. Yeah, it's based off of my pen direction. And once again, the spacing and the brush is set to fixed. So what does this one look like? Okay, let's say if I don't have a value of completely black. That's fine. what does the fixed gap do? Yeah, the fixed gap is not good. It's a wide gap, though. Okay, that's pretty good. Make sure that the gap on this one's set. Hard elliptical 125. Okay, that's nice. That's a pretty decent brush. Well, Coco, how do you feel about me testing out brushes right now? Hard elliptical 92. Hi, Junia. Nice to see you. I'm trying out different brushes right now that my art mentor had recommended, and so that's why you see me with a blank canvas right now, and I'm just kind of making random marks. Nice. Playing DL2, so don't mind it. To be honest, okay, that's fine. You like to hear my you like to hear my soothing voice. That one's just noise. That one's just noise. You're also using Clip Studio? Nice. It's a very good drawing program. I appreciate how easy it is to make comics in it, and the biggest draw for me with Clip Studio is that you have to pay for it once, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. No need for a subscription. You don't have to pay. You don't even have to pay a lot of money for it. You just pay for it once, and you're just always have it. It's the biggest draw. Hard elliptical 92. I think I need to change the. There we go. That's better. It's not just giving a single pattern. You read comics online? Yeah, I do that as well. I very seldom read physical comics anymore, though I try to because I like to go to my library and find stuff to read. Excuse me. Okay, let's take a look at some of these other brushes. This one's just titled Round. Okay, how does it? So it paints like that. How does it blend with itself? Okay. Let's do a wide gap. No, fixed. I don't like that. Let's do normal. Let's see what that looks like. Narrow. That looks better. Bunch of Chinese in this one. This one sprays dots. Okay. That one's another textured brush. Hard round 300. This is an interesting texture. Noisy snow. It's similar. And this one's the textures. Square texture. What does this one do? Okay. Soft texture. Chalk sharp. Okay. Oh, this one I have to put in a bunch of. I have to really push down hard on it. Is it like? So watch. I'll go from soft to hard, pushing down hard on the pen. So I'm like really soft right now, and then I go, and then suddenly it appears, right about in the middle of the of how much pressure I'm putting on the pen. Sample brush 5. Well, that's interesting. Huh. I'm trying to think of where what sort of use I would have for that. The thing I tend to learn more and more as I get like different types of brushes is that this could be like tire tread. So anyway, what I was saying is the more I use, the more time I spend painting, the more I realize that a lot of the default brushes are just fine, and that and a bunch of these are kind of situational. This is a good. Just putting. Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent brush for. That is a pretty nice texture. What does this one look like? Chalk dry hairy. It's an interesting name to give a brush. Dry hairy chalk. Chalk sponge. Okay, this is a something that could be used to just add some nice textures. Ethereal. This one goes in the direction of. This one points in the direction that you're moving the pen. You can sort of get a fur texture out of that. Fur chiseler detail. Oh, I like that one. Because this one looks like it can give the illusion of leaves on the ground. Maybe this one too. Yeah, that one's also a pretty good one. Huh. Okay, let's look at the other texture. Let's look at the other brushes. Foliage. Okay. Big old stamp foliage. Trying to think of how I'd use that. Probably not going to use that one. This one do. Oh, this is just a straight up pattern. It goes in a chain. It goes in the direction of the brush. I mean, of the pen, like where you're moving it. I mean, I can see a use for that. What does this one do? I need to see if they do anything based off of the secondary color too. Guilty leaves. 70 pixels. Yeah, these types of decoration brushes, the stamps, whatever, uh, they can they can be pretty useful in different situations. But for my style, I'm not very realistic when it comes to the style that I draw. So having something that's as defined as this somewhere can be pretty jarring. There'll have to be a bunch of like experiments that I take a look at. Roses. What is this one? Get bigger. Oh, it's like rose petals. Okay. Maple. Like these sorts of brushes, I'd probably only use in detailing something. Well, okay, they're not specific. They don't come across to me as being like the main brush that you would use to paint something. It's just to add a little pop of detail here and there. Just looking at the examples that are provided in there's a PDF that came with this download, and I'm just looking at it as I try these brushes out. Hmm. You ever see like those some of those mountain formations that happen in parts of Southeast Asia? This is what this kind of reminds me of. It's like a quick way to, or you could. Oh, actually, this is. There's also a. It almost looks like you can also almost make this look like ghosts or something. A crowd of ghosts or something in like a fog. That's actually a pretty cool brush. This is probably in a similar vein. RQA top. This is also could be used for ground textures. Or you could you can pebble a beach with this, or pebble a path, or it feels like pebbles rather than foliage to me. Flower squares, bigger. Okay, so yeah, it basically is squares, and I wonder what that would be used for. Getting really excited over these brushes. My mentor has good taste. Popcorn leaves. Oh, that actually could save me some time. Just these trees. Okay, what are these other brushes have in them? Animal. Okay. Stamp animal. Where is my brush? Okay, so this is like a whisker brush or something like that. So these next few brushes are basically fur textures. Pointy. This is the 100 pixel brush. Wiry. Oh wow. It like pops in after I take the pen off of the tablet. Spiky. Yeah, that's a pretty neat looking texture. If you're going for a realistic, like a very realistic fur texture, I guess it could work. Let's see this one after the short one. Fur detailer. 60 pixel brush. Wonder what this looks like when I do eyes. Yeah, okay. This next set is labeled nature. See how this feels. What would you use this sort of a brush for? Eh, Trying to see if this layers on itself. I mean, it just immediately goes and just immediately bleeds into itself. It doesn't have any. It's just all solid. Hmm. Kind of like a. It's almost like a watercolor brush. It's got kind of splotchy color. Like you can kind of see right here. I make a decent looking clouds. What does this one look like? Hmm. Cloud 6. Okay, I think this one doesn't work quite like. I mean, hmm, that's an easy stamp of a cloud. This one's just titled Snow. Okay, what is? I think this is the final category to look at. Special. Okay, so these look like they uh, paint patterns. So dot, hard on for it's more dots. Road mark. That could be useful for like stitches or anything. Well, stitch chainmail. Like if you wanted to paint, this is just a chain. Those can have their own sort of uses. It's just noise. Oh, this can be used for like if you have a scuff of dirt coming like spattering off the ground. And splash. This is just a speckled noise brush. And same with this sort of thing. I use that type of brush for when I paint stars. Splash. This is another one of those spectacled brushes. Speckled brushes. Keep. Okay. Oh. All right. I think we've had enough fun looking around at at these different brushes. I should have saved the ones that I really liked. Was it this one? Yeah, I kind of liked that one. All right, I've messed around for enough. Let's actually get some art done. I'm gonna take a quick break really fast, and then I'll come back and we'll start working on this next page of the Forester. All right, be right back. Guy, didn't you read his name? Moomba. Wanted to head pat the Moomba, but I guess we could just phase through it. We can't just sit here. We have to think of a way to escape. Anyone got a plan? Well, we could skin this little guy and wear him as a disguise. Selfie. That is not the way to make a fursuit. Oh, hey, look, we can get haste from this guy. Did I not? Oh my gosh, I forgot to set her abilities again. We'll just have to deal with it. You know, I keep looking at that barricade that's between the stairs and the way up. What do? You win this game, I'll add something special to that thing for you, but I charge 3,000 gil per game. Yeah, let's play cards while we're escaping prison. Let's do it. Running in circles. Delete it with death. Or we can just knock it down. I'm not sure if we have the... Oh, I forgot to look in the other... I do. Yeah, we'll play cards. Okay, we win another one. Be happy, dude. We're making you rich, even though we're robbing you of your cards. Because, you know, a jailbreak should be profitable, right? Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, I'm curious to see what happens when Quistis decides to use Quake on things. Where is it? Holy shit! Alright, finally we're advancing the plot. Sorry, Squall, we were downstairs playing cards with somebody, and sorry that you got tortured. Die. Way to go, Squall. That was awesome. Squall, that was so cool. Thanks, man. Well, what? Let go. I said let go. Did I go the wrong way? I might have. I hope I didn't go. Oh, I did go the wrong way. And we got Zell. Whoa! Did it remove everything from Zell? Why didn't it Wait, no. I'm dumb. I just did that. Sometimes I'm just a dumbass with myself. Not bad. I just wanted to say, you're pretty good! I lost? You're not pretty good! There's like bullet marks all over the wall. There's the funny explanation for what's going on right there, and then there's a dark reason for it. I guess I'll leave you to decide which one's which. It's the mean guy. You know he's the mean guy because it says he's the mean guy. It's the mean guy again. Yo, who do you think you are? Yeah, you big meanie. Stop that. He's so mean. Yeah, because he's the mean guy. Didn't you read his name? Moomba. Wanted to head pat the Moomba, but I guess we could just phase through it. We can't just sit here. We have to think of a way to escape. Anyone got a plan? Well, we could skin this little guy and wear him as a disguise. Selfie. That is not the way to make a fursuit. Oh, hey, look, we can get haste from this guy. Did I not? Oh my gosh, I forgot to set her abilities again. We'll just have to deal with it. You know, I keep looking at that barricade that's between the stairs and the way up. What do? You win this game, I'll add something special to that thing for you, but I charge 3,000 gil per game. Yeah, let's play cards while we're escaping prison. Let's do it. Running in circles. Delete it with death. Or we can just knock it down. I'm not sure if we have the... Oh, I forgot to look in the other... I do. Yeah, we'll play cards.
Okay, we win another one. Be happy, dude. We're making you rich, even though we're robbing you of your cards. Because you know a jailbreak should be profitable, right? All right, let's get out of here. Okay, I'm curious to see what happens when Quistis decides to use Quake on things. Where is it? Holy shit! Alright, finally we're advancing the plot. Sorry, Squall, we were downstairs playing cards with somebody, and sorry that you got tortured. Die. Way to go, Squall. That was awesome. Squall, that was so cool. Thanks, man. Well, what? Let go. I said let go. Did I go the wrong way? I might have. I hope I didn't go. Oh, I did go the wrong way. Then we got Zell.
What? I'm back. Not that one. We want this one. So, if I remember correctly, we were doing line art. We got Kira and her father right there. Now we got. Hello, Junia. And so now we're doing line art is what I said we were doing. I'm done playing around with brushes. Let's get this pen here. And let's work on Arden first. already got the background there. Let's do the color. Yep, we're at coloring. Just quickly filling in the flat colors. And then we'll get to doing some basic shading. So this page isn't this panel is going to be brushed over quickly, and since we're also zoomed out, we're only going to do some very basic shadows. We're not going to do very much in terms of rendering. Like for example, this one, there's a lot of rendering on this one because it's an important panel, and we're closer up to the characters. And this one we're sort of far away, so we don't need to do a super amount of detail with it. Might have to redo that drawing. Yeah, I'm gonna start over. Just looking up some reference really quick. I think I found something good. Man, there there are times where I feel like I plan a pose and I expect it to be fine, and then it becomes far more difficult than I expected. Alright, let's. We gotta draw the ears. Kira makes this face a lot, I realized. Okay, I'm gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
In the plot. Sorry, Squall, we were downstairs playing cards with somebody, and sorry that you got tortured. Die. Way to go, Squall. That was awesome. Squall, that was so cool. Thanks, man. Well, what? Let go. I said let go. Did I go the wrong way? I might have. I hope I didn't go. Oh, I did go the wrong way. Then we got Zell. Whoa. Did it remove everything from Zell? Why didn't it Wait, no. I'm dumb. I just did that. Sometimes I'm just a dumbass with myself. Not bad. I just wanted to say, you're pretty good! I lost? You're not pretty good! There's like bullet marks all over the wall. There's the funny explanation for what's going on right there, and then there's a dark reason for it. I guess I'll leave you to decide which one's which. It's the mean guy. You know he's the mean guy because it says he's the mean guy. It's the mean guy again. Yo, who do you think you are? Yeah, you big meanie. Stop that. He's so mean. Yeah, because he's the mean guy. Didn't you read his name? Moomba. Wanted to head pat the Moomba, but I guess we could just phase through it. We can't just sit here. We have to think of a way to escape. Anyone got a plan? Well, we could skin this little guy and wear him as a disguise. Selfie. That is not the way to make a fursuit. Oh, hey, look. We can get haste from this guy. Did I not... Oh my gosh, I forgot to set her abilities again. We'll just have to deal with it. You know, I keep looking at that barricade that's between the stairs and the way up. What do? You win this game, I'll add something special to that thing for you, but I charge 3,000 gil per game. Yeah, let's play cards while we're escaping prison. Let's do it. Running in circles. Delete it with death. Or we can just knock it down. I'm not sure if we have the... Oh, I forgot to look in the other... I do. Yeah, we'll play cards. Okay, we win another one. Be happy, dude. We're making you rich, even though we're robbing you of your cards. Because, you know, a jailbreak should be profitable, right? Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, I'm curious to see what happens when Quistis decides to use Quake on things. Where is it? Holy shit! Alright, finally we're advancing the plot. Sorry, Squall, we were downstairs playing cards with somebody, and sorry that you got tortured. Die. Way to go, Squall. That was awesome. Squall, that was so cool. Thanks, man. Well, what? Let go. I said let go. Did I go the wrong way? I might have. I hope I didn't go. Oh, I did go the wrong way. And we got Zell. Whoa! Did it remove everything from Zell? Why didn't it Wait, no. I'm dumb. I just did that. Sometimes I'm just a dumbass with myself. Not bad. I just wanted to say, you're pretty good! I lost? You're not pretty good! There's, like, bullet marks all over the wall. There's the funny explanation for what's going on right there, and then there's a dark reason for it. I guess I'll leave you to decide which one's which. It's the mean guy. You know he's the mean guy because it says he's the mean guy. It's the mean guy again. Yo, who do you think you are? Yeah, you big meanie. Stop that. He's so mean. Yeah, because he's the mean guy. Didn't you read his name? Moomba. Wanted to head pat the Moomba, but I guess we could just phase through it. We can't just sit here. We have to think of a way to escape. Anyone got a plan? Well, we could skin this little guy and wear him as a disguise. Selfie. That is not the way to make a fursuit. Oh, hey, look. We can get haste from this guy. Did I not... Oh my gosh, I forgot to set her abilities again. We'll just have to deal with it. You know, I keep looking at that barricade that's between the stairs and the way up. What do? You win this game, I'll add something special to that thing for you, but I charge 3,000 gil per game. Yeah, let's play cards while we're escaping prison. Let's do it. Running in circles. Delete it with death. Or we can just knock it down. I'm not sure if we have the... Oh, I forgot to look in the other... I do. Yeah, we'll play cards. Okay, we win another one. Be happy, dude. We're making you rich, even though we're robbing you of your cards. Because, you know, a jailbreak should be profitable, right? Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, I'm curious to see what happens when Quistis decides to use Quake on things. Where is it? Holy shit! Alright, finally we're advancing the plot. Sorry, Squall, we were downstairs playing cards with somebody, and sorry that you got tortured. Die. Way to go, Squall. That was awesome. Squall, that was so cool. Thanks, man. Well, what? Let go. I said let go. Back. Did I go the wrong way?
Wah, I'm back. I was getting lost in Bluesky again with looking at other amazing artists' work. And like, there's like a bunch of things for the life of me that I don't know how they did it. I want to figure it out sometime. All right, how am I going to do this? I got caught up in watching Polish edits about Lewandowski, Kubica, and Pudzianowski. I don't know who those people are. Are they like Polish politicians or what's something going on over there? Or comedians or celebrities? Don't know why I defaulted my mind to politician. Pudzianowski is a strongman, and Lewandowski is a strike in football, and Kubica is an F1 driver. Okay, so sports celebrities. Yeah, I mean that's totally fine. uh, I would think that liking where you live is important. I mean there are times that I really like where I like my country as well, and then there's other times where it's where it can be an embarrassment. But we'll not talk about that. Let's see here. Turn off the shadow layers really quick. Your sister bought you vanilla coffee. Oh, that sounds amazing. I particularly enjoy like caramel flavored coffee is my thing. Yeah. Oops. Nope. Come on. Colors. Oh right, it's outside the mask. That's why. I have to delete the layer mask and make a new one. Seeing how much we helped Jews throughout history, there's ugly amount of anti-Semitic people in Poland, which I hate because I ain't racist or xenophobic. That's too bad. I mean, so the, take my country for example. Take the U.S. It's you would think that like um, helping out Jewish people is our thing, but there's still a surprising amount of anti Semites. Well, welcome to the stream, God KK42. Tell those people that the Warner Brothers were made by Polish Jews. That's actually a bit of history that I didn't know about. doing? See, I think I've got everything selected. That I need to select that. I gotta do that little space there. If my grandma's brother will allow it, I will fix his flat 126p. It's an amazing Soviet era car masterpiece. Nice. You work on cars? Oh, don't worry, God, KK. I'm not ignoring you. Okay. So 2K points. I still don't have any commands. Well, I have two commands. Just the ones for the comic and for my socials. Have my little soda pop stuck in your head, huh? Right, we need to turn his head so he's looking away from us, and I'm just thinking about how to do that. Worst thriller I was on is probably The Trap. Was that a film that came out last year? And don't worry, Coco. I'll get you some commands. uh, pretty soon. Maybe I'll work on that today after the stream is done. I got some funny sound clips and things that I can put on. Let's change a few things. Oops, wrong color. Yeah, that had a shitty ass ending when he ripped out the metal thingy from the bike tire. Like, holy cow! How will he escape when there's an entire police escorting him? My so my grandpa he likes there's a action film that he likes. It's called Law Abiding Citizen, and it came out about, I don't know, 20 years ago or so. And we were watching that. He really enjoys it, but when I when I watched the film with him, when he showed it to me, I was just thinking this thing has a lot of narrative issues. But I'm happy that he really likes it though. My favorite movie, no matter what show will come out, it will be Vabank. Let me take a look at that. Oh, comedy heist film. Okay, that looks that actually has me really interested. I do you know if it's in English or if there are subtitles I can watch with? I think someone posted it on YouTube. And let's see here. Subtitles. There's auto translated titles on the YouTube video. I'll have to look into that some more when I'm not working. All right, so we need to scoot over a few of these features on this character. By nudge. see if this works. No, that's the eraser. That's it probably would have been faster if I just edited it myself. Yeah, we can leave his face dark like that. Sounds like a good idea. Got it on a website. And how legit it is. Let's see. So I have the chat set where we aren't able to post any hyperlinks. But let me quickly change that. Go to my Twitch. Creator dashboard. All right, settings, moderation. No, it's fine. I'll turn it on so you can post that. All right, try that again. See what happens. Well, so I changed the moderation settings on the chat so that way it'll allow hyperlinks so that the links to the websites can be posted because I had that turned on where it would block it, but I think that it should allow you to post the link to it now. If not, I can try something else. Ah, it's still doing that. Sorry. 36 messages were deleted by a moderator. Ah, Streamlabs. That makes sense. Let me then open up Streamlabs and change that then. Just a minute. Wonder if I can. Do... Let's go to Streamlabs website and change that. All right. I'll update things so that way you can post a link in the chat. does Streamlabs have in terms of commands? Okay. Well done. Well, anyway, I believe I've made it so that way links can be posted in the chat now. And let's see. Tools. And default. I want to make it so we don't see what people are posting with the exclamation points. Okay. The things that you learn streaming as you go. Cool. So I've made it so Streamlabs will allow you to post a link, hopefully. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Why is it doing that? I saved the settings. Oh my gosh. I swear. Um that's a good probably a good suggestion. You'll have to send that to me. You'll have to send that to me next time. I do stream tomorrow. Hopefully it'll work tomorrow. To be honest, I'm probably gonna change over to Stream Elements over Streamlabs because Stream Elements seems to have some of the tools that I want to use to make better stream overlays. There you go. That works too. Oh, let me see about that then. Security and privacy, probably. No, it's not everything's against you. It's just that I just haven't don't know all the tools on Twitch yet. There we go. Make sure I don't need to save that setting. Okay, try it again. There we go. Yep, it worked. I got it. I have to turn on the closed captioning. Oh yeah, okay, I'll do that. But it's as easy as on YouTube. Okay. You have both movies on DVD, so I don't have to watch it on websites. Yeah, that's the best. That's the ideal thing. There are a bunch of there's a bunch of shows that I want to get that I want to get on Blu-ray, so that way I have it physically. Which it's funny to me how I don't have them on Blu-ray yet, or haven't acquired them already. Just some of the common things like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I want to get that on Blu-ray. PS4, yeah, PS4s play Blu-rays. I have a PS5, and that also plays has a Blu-ray player in it.
Oops.
CS is sold. My PS4 doesn't support the disc. Oh no. That's good. There's an anime that I have, well, that I want to, well, that I love, that I want to watch it without subtitles because I'm learning Japanese, and everywhere I go, the that anime always has subtitles that I can't turn off, and so I have it on DVD, and I'm able to watch it. And I'd be able to use that in my living room to watch it without subtitles. But I want to have it on my PC. Now, like a lot of people, my PC doesn't have a disk drive, so I've been I've had it in the back of my mind to get a portable disk drive for my PC, so that way when I want to watch something on it, then I can just plug that in. phone died? Oh, I don't know. Thought you had your charger. Okay. Also need to chill out on the milk. It's got me fighting for my life on the toilet for the past week. All right, bit too much info there, but I can kind of relate. I really like spicy food, and sometimes it doesn't agree with me, but I still eat it because I love it. That's not the color I want. Yeah, like hanging out in person. Just need to figure out a better way to color in the eyelashes. All right, now we need My cat is getting exceptionally loud. It's about time to feed him. I will be streaming for another 15 minutes. Yeah, pretty much. At least we have the same Twitch stream, so we can have that. Yeah, yeah. Uh, do the eyes real quick. That line. It's flats. text? Yep, there's text. These letters feel fat. There we go. And there we have it. Yeah, so this is basically what we're going to be finishing off with today. Well, thanks for hanging out again, Coco. It was nice to see you again. Also, thank you, Junia, for coming over, and then Chef Yuri for coming here earlier in the stream and on the YouTube side of things. And I'll be streaming again tomorrow. We're going to be playing more Final Fantasy VIII. We're in the last stretch of the game, so now we're going to do the major side quests in Final Fantasy VIII tomorrow. But yeah, if you're hanging out here, yeah, feel free to give me a follow if you like what I've been doing. I've been making this comic for a little bit now. We're going to be over the next couple of months finishing this comic up and then starting on uh, a pitch Bible for a new graphic novel I want to work on, so that way I can send that off to literary agents and get it, hopefully get myself a book deal. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll see you all later. You have a good day. See you tomorrow.